crowd's man after a while. You know, it's not Jim Carey who can walk down the street just you know, doing anything he wants to and get away with it because nobody knows you. You know, after a while, hopefully it'll be to the point where I can't walk out in the street. Won't that be fun? where it'll be impossible to walk anywhere without being recognized.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know? And they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things. And, you know, and you know, look at him trying to come it up. It's hilarious, hilarious. And, you know, and I'm sick of, hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do?
Who?
This thing is buzzing, hold on. They're trying to turn us into, you know, consumer drones.
A heartbroken Jim Carey helps carry his ex-girlfriend's casket through the streets of her hometown in Ireland. Carey made the 5,000-mile journey from Los Angeles to bid a final farewell to the young makeup artist who committed suicide 2 weeks ago.
Now, what was Kat's relationship to Scientology? You talked about how she had gone through purification ritual and ultimately, I guess, not a success since she died of a drug overdose.
Accused of illegally obtaining and giving his former girlfriend the painkillers she later used to take her own life. Hoda's here with more on that story. Hoda, good morning.
Good morning, guys. That lawsuit filed in Los Angeles by Catriona White's estranged husband, Carey, taking on the accusations head on.
Jim Carey speaking out overnight after a lawsuit filed against him Monday accuses the actor and comedian of illegally giving his late girlfriend, Catriona White, the controlled substances that she used to commit suicide. The 30-year-old makeup artist was found dead in her Sherman Oaks, California home nearly a year ago. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office later ruled White took her own life by overdosing on prescription drugs, including Ambien and Percocet.
A wrongful death lawsuit. It accused him of providing the drugs that led to the September 2015 death of his former girlfriend, Catriona White. The lawsuit alleged that Jim Carey was getting drugs under an alias name, Arthur King, and then providing them to Catriona White, not knowing that she was prone to depression and had attempted to take her own life in the past. This was a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles by Mark Burton, who I guess was married to Catriona White when she died. The suit itself alleges that Carey supplied her with prescription drugs obtained under this alias. And what's concerning about this are two elements. The coroner ruled that she took her own life. It was a combination of Ambien, propranolol, and oxycodone in her system. It's the fact that, number one, potentially providing these types of drugs to someone else, we know it can lead to death, but then it gets back to this other element of using an alias and how, well, the only method we have of monitoring prescription drugs that can be deadly is tracking systems.
So you're just passing
We don't
through.
matter. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not looking backward.
Why don't we just...
It was more like you're supposed to say, you know, we're important. And you're supposed to say it's all going to be all right. And you're supposed to say that, you know, whatever you dream can come true. And you're supposed to say all those things. I do believe in manifestation, power of that kind of stuff. But I don't believe that any of it matters. You know, this mattering is to me a human construct born out of a need, the same need as you have to have, you know, deities and things like that. I mean, I believe in an energy of God, an energy of, you know, everything is divine. You know, there's just not, there's no thing that isn't divine. Everything is divine, and I'm that. And it doesn't matter to me what's happening. I'm finding that ultimately the freedom from it is something people are kind of hungry for in a way. Right. They're like, I don't want to be me either. Right. You know, and I go, well, great, because you never have been. I believe that I had to become a famous, you know, idea and get all the stuff that people dream about and accomplish a bunch of things.
You know what
that
this means, don't you?
You know, that look like success in order to give up my attachment to those things. It's been a part of the evolution of ego is to spend your first half of your life acquiring and adding, thinking you can add to yourself, and it looks great. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got good, nice clothes, and you know, and you've done something that people admire, but it can never fulfill you. You can never be happy. You know what I mean? It's not where happiness comes from. And you know, I dealt with depression, you know, a few years ago, and people still think, well, he's going through, you can tell he's depressed. It's not. I have no depression in my life whatsoever. Literally none. I have sadness and joy and elation and satisfaction and gratitude beyond belief, but all of it is weather, and it just spins around the planet. You know, it doesn't sit on me long enough to kill me. The happy place is realizing that you're everything, you know, and that there's no real you involved in the first place. You know, it's a weird little semantic jump that you make where it sounds like, well, that's totally fucking threatening, man. I can't not be me. I've built this construct, and it's just ideas. Right. They're just ideas. You know, the only thing that separates you from an African American or an African Canadian is an idea. You know, and the weather, the adaptation to the climate, and whatever it is, I don't believe in any of it. And so the feeling of wholeness is a different feeling than meanness. They're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. You know, Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, right? Because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character, you know. So it's, you know, I played the guy that was free from concern, so that people who watched me would be free from concern. You know, and then at a certain point you go like, okay, well, that's great, but you know, it's like the one thing, like people talk about depression all the time. The difference between depression and sadness is just, you know, from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you, or you know, grief or whatever it is. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me. Right. You know? And you should think of the word of depressed as deep rest. deep rest. Your body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play. You know, the great and powerful Oz. I'm the great and powerful Oz. How dare you come near me? You know, kind of thing. And you're just the sweaty guy behind the curtain going. It's an amazing metaphor, you know, in that movie.
Brethren, what up with the liar? You know what I'm gonna do about this?
It's a pretty name, though. It really is